You can see the twisted metal here where the tree came crashing into Mr. Dunlap's car. I want to walk you so you can see how close it was to the front of the car.
These cages are usually filled with dogs here at the Wiregrass Spay Neuter Alliance. Thieves initially tried to get into the church through this window, but when they couldn't, they walked over to this lower window, breaking it. You can still see some of the glass here. How the comments that you made in 2016 might have come back to haunt you. Why do you feel like the race was so close?
What you're seeing now, I'm on 6th Avenue, and the shooting happened on 6th Avenue and Selma Avenue. Selma Street, excuse me. If you are familiar with the area, this is right by Grandview Elementary.
This summer, teens across the Wiregrass are trading baseball caps and sunglasses for hard hats and protective eyeglasses.
Josh and Rocket say it's more than just bringing this win back to Dothan. It's about building up the skating community.
21 weapons were recovered, enough to line your kitchen table. 38 specials, 22s, and one the sheriff called a knockoff AK. I'm suited up in my safety gear, and for this next scenario, I'll serve as one of the role players. Dothan Mini Storage South is located right across the street from Miss Mabel Fowler's home. Now, the business just installed their surveillance system to help with security.
I just remember that I looked up and then I got snatched up.
5 years ago this week, 300 law enforcement officials converged on the small town of Midland City. The goal? Rescue 5-year-old Ethan. He was kidnapped from his school bus at gunpoint by Jimmy Lee Dykes. His bus driver, Charles Poland, shot and killed trying to intervene. Ethan doesn't remember all the details of the 6-day hostage crisis, but some parts are ingrained in his memory.
The guy dropped me and then dropped his gun, and then he put me back up. I was trying to run, but I didn't have time.
But for all Ethan's been through, his parents Brandon and Nikki Turner say you couldn't tell if you didn't know his story.
He's so well, I guess, adjusted to all of it. He's really a lot stronger than I'd be. I'd be in a mess, I imagine, if it was me.
Ethan agrees he's strong, but more accurately, a survivor.
I'm still here and I'm still alive.
Ethan's parents say he's doing well in school and even riding the bus again. His mom believes prayer and divine intervention are the reasons he's still here.
You know, I still feel to this day that he has some sort of plan with Ethan, through Ethan, with everything that's happened.
Every officer in the state is certified in active shooter training. And although Dothan police conduct refresher courses during the year, this summer they added more.
Twice a year we have in-service training where we touch on some of these concepts. This is the first time in 2 years that we've actually brought all of this back together for one training event.
The extra emphasis on training in response to our changing society.
I mean, an active shooter can happen in anywhere. Dothan's not hidden, that's for sure.
This training session starts with movement and weapon handling. The afternoon, an active shooter drill where officers suit up and work with simunition guns.
Our physical disturbance out of school, okay?
They're briefed on the scenario and have to respond.
I'm suited up in my safety gear, and for this next scenario, I'll serve as one of the role players.
I was a victim, and in those tense moments, officers have to figure out the good guy versus the bad guy and take them down so they'll be ready in case of the real thing.
Can't foresee every circumstance, but we do try, and we try to see, you know, what may be needed in the future, and we try to get there, and that's something that Chief Parrish has really emphasized, and we're moving forward with that plan. This is part of it. This is what it looks like in action.
Students at Headland High School experienced firsthand what it feels like to be 3 to 4 times over the legal drinking limit without ever touching a beer can.
Thought they were like closer together, but I guess they were far apart.
Juniors and seniors participated in the Drunk Buster Goggle program. They wear goggles that simulate the effects of being buzzed, drunk, under the influence of drugs, or drowsy driving. Law enforcement say it's meant to serve as a warning.
You know, it's just a safe way for the kids to understand what impairment really means.
You got 3 minutes before your mama opens the door.
They completed simple tasks that aren't so simple if you're under the influence.
One of those upside down locks where you have to stick it. I can't even find it. You usually just hear about the effects and what it can do, but to come out here and actually experience it, it's different.
These goggles make students feel like they're on LSD. These make students feel like they're 3 times over the alcohol limit. Law enforcement say it's better to show the students the effect of being under the influence before students find themselves facing the consequences.
It's easier to do it up front and to do it ahead of time before something happens.
Popular nearby spring break destinations in Florida are already reporting underage drinking arrests. School officials say it's the best time to have the program, with Prom Friday and their spring break starting next week.
We just want to keep every child safe. If it takes time out of the class, this is important because their lives are very important to us.
Around 180 students will participate in the program.